remove the labels and come together on our common goals and the working class and our economic struggles, then we can bring it together. This, to me, is just something that can be used to weaponize and divide us even more. So even though we are desperate for some form of coalition, I just think this whole thing is just definitely non-existent, and it is a way of separating us even further.
I think those are some good points, but at the end of the day, I think that the MAGA communism hashtag or trend, whatever, is actually breaking down the labels further. It's like it's so chaotic, it's so in your face that when people question it and they begin to discuss it, and I've done that today. I was on One America News Network. I never thought in my life I've ever be on like a broadcast like that, and I was talking to the host. And we were actually able to break down, what it is that we all agree on. And he was like, wow, I think that we actually agree on a lot of the things that we're talking about here. And through these conversations and through highlighting the contradictions that don't align between left and a right in America, but between the top and the bottom, we're able to further come together and actually begin to address these issues.
To me, it's just putting a label on what Christian Smalls did in Staten Island. Right? It's finding common ground with people of different political persuasions and then uniting around those ideas. But you think, is it the label, Craig, called MAGA communism that's off-putting? Would you be if he just called it Workers Unite or something?
Absolutely. And that's what we should do. That's what we've been fighting for. I just believe this is going to be something that can be weaponized to further divide us. It's the labels. Labels separate us. Our human needs bring us together. And that's what we need to stay concentrated on. And I also just feel that it doesn't exist. For most MAGA people, they're like, what are you talking about? However, I do believe that a discussion needs to be had about the things that we need. And I think that when people do call themselves a communist in the United States, they are more kind of like all about the labor movement and labor rights. That's what it's all about. And that's what we need to concentrate on, because if you just talk about labor and you keep the Marxism out of it and you keep the MAGA out of it, that's when we come together. As soon as you put those labels there, it separates us.